Competition performance is from Miss Colorado.
It's important for me to honor Joe, who was the patient that I talk about in my monologue, because Alzheimer's is not fun, but it's going to be okay, and I think that I show that to the world.
Performing an original monologue, here is Kelly Johnson, Miss Colorado.
Every nurse has a patient that reminds them why they became a nurse in the first place. Mine was Joe. Joe was in the beginning stages of Alzheimer's. He had moments with and moments without his memory. But the hardest part about the aging condition for Joe were his night terrors. He would wake up in the middle of the night screaming absolute bloody murder. But if I just went into his room and sat with him for a little while, I could usually calm him down. But then he wanted to talk. He'd ask me if I could change his treatments, and I'd say, "No, Joe, I can't do that. I'm just a nurse." "Well, what about my medications? Can you fix those?" And I'd say, "No, Joe, I can't. I'm just a nurse." But because I couldn't do those things for him, we connected on other levels. He'd ask me about volleyball, and we'd talk about his grandbabies, and he'd tease me about being the only nurse on the unit that can reach the gauze on the top shelf. It was a lot of laughs with Joe. But one night, everything changed. I found him in his room crying, and I lifted his head up out of his hands, and I said, "Joe, I know that this is really hard, but you are not just Alzheimer's. You are still Joe." And he looked right back at me, almost to look through me, and said, "Nurse Kelly, then the same goes for you. Although you say it all the time, you are not just a nurse. You are my nurse, and you have changed my life because you've cared about me." And that's when it hit me. Patients are people with family and friends, and I don't want to be a nurse that ever pretends, because you're not a room number and a diagnosis when you're in the hospital. You're a person, very first. And Joe reminded me that day that I'm a lifesaver. I'm never going to be just a nurse.
Two more contestants will be eliminated when Miss America 2016 returns live on ABC.
She has no memory.
There is no match to your prints or your DNA.
No identity. To find the truth,
Someone did this to me.
her tattoos
There's hidden letters, random numbers. It's a puzzle.
are the clues.
She might be the most important resource we've ever had.
Blind Spot premieres Monday, September 21st on NBC.
You said you were sorry and you never meant it. Never. You would look at me like I was stupid and overreacting and taking it too far.
You took a fucking
sledgehammer. I wanted to take it to your goddamn fucking face.
Okay, guys, go into my
yes, I would love to fucking smash your face.
Abby, bring it.
Stop.
No, if there's a time to do it now.
I would love to.
All right, well then bring it.
Great.
Stop it, guys. This is crazy. Just take a fucking time out.
I agree that it's crazy.
Great. I'm the crazy one.
Guys,
I'm
please,
the crazy
please,
fucking
please
bitch.
stop.
I know, I mean, this is just cannot. She started it.
Some folks that have you believe summer's over. This DQ Rollo Minis Blizzard respectfully disagrees. So hold your horses, sign people, because I'm holding on to my summer.
The new DQ Rollo Minis Blizzard. Serve upside down or the next one's free.
Rimmel London's new Lift Me Up Mascara with vitamins and cucumber extract. Give your lashes a jolt. Precision brush wraps each lash with